Hello, 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 everybody. It is Chrissy Hannes coming to you from Crestview, Florida in the Global Share Fair for our All About Autumn presentation. And I do have Kennedy with me today. Say hi.
Hi.
So she's over at the table coloring, so you may hear her in the background. I'm just going to pull myself up on the computer so I can see comments. I was having difficulties getting my orientation to go properly. And now I'm having computer problems. So hopefully I'm live in the right place. My laptop is giving me issues. So let's try this again. Okay, well, I can't get myself pulled up on the computer, and I'm a little bit congested. I have some allergies or cold or something going on. So I'm going to be using the Rustic Crate set from the new mini catalog. My video is sideways. Great. So I'm still having problems. So let me see if I can turn it. I might just have to work in a smaller area today. Does that fix it? I can't get myself pulled up on the computer, so. Is that orientation right if I do it like that? I don't know why my computer's not cooperating. It's not connecting to the internet, it says. So I'm not going to be able to see comments. Yes, better. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to work in a smaller area. I don't know. Dang Facebook, always changing their methods, and I couldn't get my phone to rotate. So we're just gonna go with this. And my computer is not working. It says I'm not connected to the internet. Great. Okay, so I'm going to be using the, oh, my bow fell off. The Rustic Crate. And you can find this in the new mini catalog. If you don't have your copy, get with the demonstrator that invited you. And the Rustic Crate can be found on page 46 in the catalog, and it's a bundle, so it comes with the stamp set and the dies, and you can get that at a discount. And I'm gonna try one more time for my computer. Nope, it's not working. So no comments today. I'll comment all of you after we're done. So I'm going to make this cute fall themed card using the Rustic Crate. I've got all my pieces here. I am using very vanilla thick as my card base, cut 4 1/4 by 11 and then scored it 5 1/2. And then I've got a layer, 2 layers of crumb cake that are 4 by 5 1/4, one for the outside and one for the inside. And then this piece of DSP is from the One Horse Open Sleigh online exclusive paper. And I liked the wood grain pattern of that. So that's where you can find that piece of DSP. And this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I am using the beautiful autumn paper that has been shown. Joy just showed it as well. Oh, maybe my internet's back. Nope. Okay. So I'm using the foiled patterns, and this one is 2 inches. I made my project a couple weeks ago, you guys, so I'm not really sure. 2 inches by 5 1/8. And then this is just a 1/2 inch by 5 1/8. Okay. And then I also am using the new deckled circles from the mini catalog. And I embossed this with the timber embossing folder. And all my pieces are very vanilla. I don't know what's up with my computer. Okay, so we're just gonna put that there. And I'll take a quick peek. I'll put that there so you guys can kind of see it. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then I'll need a scrap of very vanilla to do my stamping on. So we'll start by doing our stamping. And I'm using the sunflowers with the pumpkins and the corn. That reminds me of fall. Our pumpkin patches will be opening here next month, I think. Or maybe this month. So we're going to stamp that down like so. And then on the inside, I decorated that as well. So while this dries a minute so that we can color it, I'll stamp my inside image. And it says, "Every day with you is better." And I will stamp that. Let me grab my little Pierce mat because these are Photo Palmer stamps. And my inside very vanilla is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I stamped the inside with crumb cake. Get my ruler out of the way. And I'm done with this black ink, so let's close that before I make a mess. Kennedy, are you coloring over there? So Kennedy started preschool this year, but she only goes Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I only go 3 days.
She goes 3 days, and she loves it. Okay, there's that. So there's our inside. And then I took the leftover bottom piece of that paper, and I'm just going to attach that to the inside with some glue and attach it on the bottom. And then our inside is done. Oh, it slid. Joy had that problem too. There's been beautiful fall projects made. I love how Sandra, if you didn't catch her live, excuse me, go and watch hers because she actually used a Christmas set from the mini catalog, but she made it completely not Christmas. I loved it. Great, diverse way to use our product. So I'm going to set the inside aside. And now we're going to use Stampin' Blends, and we're going to color our beautiful pumpkins, corn, and sunflowers. So I've got quite a few. I'm using light and dark pumpkin pie. I'm using light crumb cake, light and dark daffodil delight, that's light, the dark lemon lolly, light pecan pie, and then the mossy meadow light. So the mossy meadow light, the mossy meadow dark is really dark, so I didn't blend the leaves. I just colored them with the light. Kennedy, can you please not sing? Kennedy, can you please not sing? Can you be quiet? Thank you. Okay, so there's our leaves. And then I also didn't blend the stems of the corn. I used crumb cake. I did one card with green and then I didn't like how it turned out. So just did them with the light crumb cake. The husks of the corn, I guess is what those are called. They're not leaves. The corn husk. There we go. And then the light pecan pie I used to color the insides of my sunflowers. which there's not much on that one because it didn't stamp very good, but that's okay. And then the sunflowers I did in light and dark daffodil. And I always do my dark first. And I just use the lines that Stampin' Up! Provides us to make some color. I love when they do that because it makes it easy and it makes it look like I know what I'm doing. Right?
What's your making, Mama?
I'm making a card. What are you making? Are you coloring? Why don't you go color, and at the end we'll show the ladies what you colored. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Okay, you did it.
I gotta make a circle.
I just threw my Stampin' Blend across the table. And then I just go back in and blend with my light. I like to color with my small areas, my small section of my marker. And I just blend it out, blend it all together. Now this color, these will look a little bit different because it's on very vanilla and not on white. But they still look pretty. Okay, not until the end. We'll show yours at the end, please. My little Stampin' helper here. She's loving going to preschool. So it won't be as vibrant as if this was on white cardstock because it's very vanilla, but it still works. Okay, and then that's the light. So then I took and put a little light daffodil on my corn. And then I came in with the dark lemon lolly. So you can combine colors. You don't have to use a light and dark of the same shade, because I wanted my corn to have a little different shade than my sunflowers so that they didn't blend together. And then last but not least, we'll do the pumpkins. So we'll start and just use these lines that Stampin' Up! Provided us. And then there's a die in the die set to cut these pumpkins out. Ooh. My fingers are shaking a little bit. And then again, just blend in the pumpkins. And then you would die cut this piece out. It's not a hard set to color. Stampin' Up! Gives you really pretty detailed lines to use. It makes it easy to make it look like you know what you're doing. So there's our pumpkins. Okay. Alright, and then I would die cut that out, but through the magic of television, I've already done that. Okay. But you know what? I'm going to have to die cut it. Did I use white? No, that's vanilla. I don't know. Okay. So now we have our pumpkins. So now we need to build our crate. So I've die cut all of those pieces ahead of time. And this crate looks confusing, but it's actually very, very easy to put together once you learn how to do it the first time. I just don't understand my computer. So I've got my hello, that's in pumpkin pie. My two crate pieces for the side are in early espresso, and then I did the crate itself with pecan pie. So when you cut this piece out, you fold the pieces inward and upwards like this. So this is going to create kind of a mini 3D crate. Okay, like that. So then,
Can you show them now?
No, I'm not done with my card. When I'm done with my card, we will show them your art, okay? My little artist is back there coloring. Okay, so then you're going to take a very small amount of green glue or Tombow glue and just dab along these pieces that you just folded in and up. Okay. Like that. And then this piece that cuts separate is what lays on the top of the crate. So you just line it up, and because I used glue, you have wiggle room to get it all in place before that glue sets. And then you just hold it and pinch it together to let the glue set. And then you have this mini, almost 3D looking crate. Isn't it cute? Okay. So once you figure out how to fold it, it's not hard at all. And then we have the handle. So for the handle, I just took and placed a very minute amount of glue on the bottom of the handle. Again, it doesn't take much. I'm barely even squeezing that bottle. And then we stick our handles down in there. Okay. And mine aren't even. It's a very thin piece, okay? And then when I die cut these out, I actually remembered, shocking, I know, I remembered to use my adhesive sheet. So then, because they're so small, I just have to peel the backing off and stick them on. And these are the sides of the crate. And the adhesive sheet just makes it easy. Flip over, there you go. Okay. If I can get the backings off, it makes it easy. Okay. So when I'm done here, I guess I'm gonna have to go play with the orientation of my phone and figure out why I can't flip sideways. Weird. Okay, so there's our crate pieces. And then I just took a small amount of Tombow, placed it along this bottom edge of my die cut pumpkins and sunflowers. And I stuck it down in the crate. I think I was supposed to put the handle on last, but that's okay. Stick that down in there. Okay, like that. And now we're gonna take our die cut circle. I'm not done yet. I know it takes a little bit of time. I'm sorry. You need to have some patience. I'm going to take a blending brush with some crumb cake and just give this circle some color.
Color?
Color?
Color's my favorite. That's your favorite color.
You guys like my commentary in the background? She's asking me what my favorite color is. My favorite color is pink. What about you? Okay.
Me too.
So just shade that a little bit to add some texture to that embossing folder. Make it look like wood. And now we are ready to assemble our card. So we've got our pieces. And I'm just gonna use green glue to get them all together. You got a small 1/8 of an inch border around this, so not a big border at all. And then this piece, before I adhere it down, I'm going to put some glue just along one edge. And then I'm going to tuck it like that. Just have a little bit of that gold piece sticking out on one side, just to add some more color. And then this piece gets glued down as well. It's hard to cover up that side of that paper too because it's gorgeous. This paper will be back in stock early next week. So I will make a post for my customers on my business page when it comes back in stock. And then we're just kind of going to center this as close as we can to our layer there. I should have done that first because it's too big, but that's okay. Okay. Make sure I'm straight. Pretty good. Okay. And then I'm going to adhere this down too, but because I used an embossing folder, I'm going to put it down with some seal. Oh, like this. Okay. It's a nice warm day in Florida. It does not feel like fall. We're in the mid 90s, I think. I'm just going to put this down in the middle. Doesn't feel like fall down here at all, but it is what it is. It's part of living in Florida. Then I'm going to take my crate that I built and I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I'm like Joy. I like to use a lot of dimensionals. I don't like my bits and pieces to sag that I spent all this pretty time making. And then peel these backs off. Joy uses her take your pick tool. I just use my fingernails. All right. Throw those in the garbage can right there. And pop that crate in the middle of the circle. Okay, and now we can adhere this piece to our card base. I guess I could have done that already. With some glue, or you could use seal, whatever your choice is. I like my green glue. Gives me time to wiggle around and get it in place. So there's our card front. And then our hello, I also cut out using adhesive sheets. I've actually remembered to use them lately. They make these little pieces easier to adhere. So peel that off. Can't remember who's next. Ginny, I think, is next. And then we'll have more presentations tomorrow. And then stay tuned for next week. We're going to come back and show you guys alternate cards or layouts using the same stamp sets that we did today. So like I am doing a fall card this today for our fall theme. But next week I will not be making a fall card, but I will be using this stamp set. And there's our hello. Okay. So then I can take this piece of crumb cake and layer my very vanilla. It's so weird not seeing your guys' comments. I'll go back and go through them all, I promise. Joy couldn't get herself up either. Weird. Technology, you just gotta love it, don't you? Okay. And then we'll adhere this to the inside. And then for ribbon, I decided to use baker's twine. But, because the crate opening isn't very big, and to tie a bow with our thicker ribbons, it just didn't look right. But for my customers, I will not be giving you a yard of baker's twine. I will give you a yard of a new ribbon from the mini catalog. So then to took my baker's twine and get a pretty good amount because I'm going to double it. And like Joy, I have ribbon scissors. Mine have ribbon on them so that people know, excuse me, not to use anything but ribbon. And then I'm going to double this up and tie a double bow. I have a bow maker. So I'm going to bring my bow maker out. My good friend Michaeline's husband, she's also a team member of mine, made these and sold them to us. And I love it because it makes bow tying simple.
Bow tie it?
Bow tying.
Wow.
So I'm just doing a very small one. And then,
Wow.
wow,
Who got that, Mama?
I bought this from Michaeline.
Wow.
And of course I'm on camera, so it's not going to go easy, right?
What's that?
Okay, there we go. Getting it done. So I used to not like tying bows, but now I like adding bows to my projects because this makes it easy. So there's our bow, and then you just slide it off.
Slide it off.
Like that.
Mom, I like a
And
bow.
then I'm going to take a glue dot.
I like a
Okay,
bow.
thank you. And I take my take your pick tool and wad it up. And I'm going to stick that in the center of that little crate opening. And then I'm just going to set my bow on top of it. And then I'll trim the tails a little bit because those are pretty long. Oh, I don't know, well, they're a little too long. I'm going to leave them longer, but not quite that long. Come on. And there's our cute little bow. And then last but not least, I need to add my bling, which is, okay you guys, I just had it. Oh, it's in my basket with all my stuff to make my card. I decided to use the brushed brass butterflies. And I also need to wink up my sunflowers. And I should have done that before I stuck them in the crate, but I forgot. So we'll add our wink to our sunflowers the best that we can. Just make them shimmer a little bit, why not? Like that.
Because we can do
And
it.
then, thank you, baby. And then I'm going to take my butterflies, and the take your pick tool makes it so easy to pick these up. And what I love about these is they're very, very flat for mailing. Okay. Put two of the big ones down by the hello, and then I took I used a big one up there too. Took a big one and stuck it right up here at the top of our pumpkins. But then I also took and put, because these are so flat, and I put two of them on the inside.
The inside?
Yeah, of our card, just to carry over the front. And you get a lot of these in a package. So there is my pretty fall inspired card.
I like your card.
Okay, and that's my sample. So they came out pretty similar, which I like when that happens. So I hope you liked my card. Where's your art?
It's over here.
Okay, we're going to show you Kennedy's art real fast. So remember to tune in again next week, and we will show you alternate projects and tips. And remember to get with the demonstrator that invited you to the group to place your order and get your yard of ribbon. And then here's Kennedy's coloring that she did while we were creating our card today.
And that's my cards.
Oh, Rose, you're gonna add this stamp set to your collection. It's really a fun stamp set. I've made some Christmas cards already using the poinsettias, and even just this crate piece. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation today. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I will go back through and watch look for your comments and respond. Ginny, I believe, is coming up next at 2 o'clock Central Time, so about 30 minutes from now. And thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys the next time we do this. And
Goodbye.
goodbye.